Hello and welcome to this episode of Teach Me Something New, where each time we learn something new from amazing people from all around the world. I am your host, Clara Benali, and today our teacher is Rob Chapman. Welcome, Rob.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent, excellent.
Rob is a hypnotist, meditation teacher, and spiritual life coach, founder of I Meditate and Celtic Spirit Coaching. His own life's journey has led him from an early interest in hypnosis, meditation, spirituality, personal growth, and magical practices through druidry, music, performance, and even running a pub, to now offering change work and coaching to clients worldwide. You will find, of course, his information in the link below the video. So tell me, Rob, what are you teaching us today?
Today I want to share with you, it's a technique that I developed for working with people, but you could just as easily use it yourself as a form of self-hypnosis or as a guided meditation. And it's a technique that literally was developed to change the way a room feels or a house feels. So say you're having difficulty sleeping, but it just feels like the room doesn't feel right and you're struggling to sleep in it. You can change the way that feels. I mean, you're probably just changing the way you relate to it, but it changes the way it feels to you. It might be that you've got an interview and you can picture the office, and so you change how you set up how that office is going to feel for you so you can be your best. Or maybe you've got to study and you want to create a studious atmosphere, or if you've on a darker side of it, maybe if your house has been burgled and there's a bad atmosphere around it, you can change that. So it's a way of changing how we feel and how a room feels or a house feels when we're in that space. And I know we've chatted about this literally a little bit just before, and you've wonderfully agreed to let me take you through this, which is brilliant. So we've got a place in mind, I think, that you've said, and and at the moment, I think it's safe to say you're not keen on being there, and it kind of feels tense, it feels heavy, stressful, and you'd rather, and dark, and you'd rather it felt brighter and lighter and more just welcoming and joyous so you can relax when you're in that space. Is that correct?
That's perfectly correct.
Brilliant, brilliant. So that's the first step of this. I'll go into demonstrating it and I'll quickly talk through it, but that's the first step. It's just establishing where the place is and how it feels now and how you'd rather it felt. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to get comfortable sitting where you are. I'll do the same, it's always good. Have a fidget, have a stretch, and we'll start this by taking just 3 nice deep breaths together. Now, I don't want you to close your eyes and go inside on the first breath, nor on the second breath, but on the third breath, really enjoy it. Really enjoy that deep breath in, and then just as you hold it, just gently allow your eyes to close as you breathe out, just in the time that you need to go just within for a while and to relax, and just follow this the best you can. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold it a moment, just release. Just relaxing a bit. Take a second wonderful deep breath in. And release. Take a third deep and wonderful deep breath in. And as you hold it this time, just allow your eyes to close and relax as you breathe gently out, just in the time that you need to take to go within for a while, to follow that breath, to allow that breath to lead you through levels and layers of relaxation. And it's good to relax. The more you relax, the better you'll feel. And the better you feel, the more you can relax now as each breath takes you that little bit deeper. And there's nothing to do, just follow my voice. And just think a while, dream a while, imagine a while. Just breathing gently in and being aware of that breath. Being aware of that breath as it comes into the body. And as it's released, that cool air on the intake, the warmer breath on the outtake. And I want you to think about, I want you to imagine that each breath is drawing in energy from all around you, from the sun, the sky, from all living things, just breathing that energy deep within you. And you don't have to believe in energy for this. You just have to think about what that's like as you notice that breath drawing in that energy into your body. Each breath, taking it, and imagine you're breathing all the way down to the tips of your toes, drawing in that energy, filling the body with that vitality, that vibrance, that energy. You know, all the energy that ever was, is, and can be exists now in this moment. And you're breathing that in, just breathing that in. And as you're breathing that in and listening to my voice, I want you to allow yourself to become aware now of what it'd be like to be breathing that energy in through every pore in your body. As though every breath is drawing in through every pore in your body, bringing that energy into you. Feeling so good as that energy fills you and flows within you, spins within you, every pore of your body, drawing that in. And I'd like you to just now start to direct that energy towards your left foot. And as you direct that energy towards your left foot, I don't know when that feeling starts, but when you can feel that energy just down there in that left foot, concentrating it in that, just gently nod your head for me. That's wonderful. And now drawing it back up, direct it across to the other foot. And again, as you do this, it gets easier. Every time you do it, it becomes simpler to just think it and send that energy wherever you send it. Just take it to the right foot, and when it's there, just gently nod the head. And bring it up, draw it up to the left arm. Fill that arm with that energy, just directing that energy to the left arm. Feel good as that happens, relaxing all the time, drawing every pore of your body, just seeping in, drawing in that energy into that left arm. And once you can feel it there, direct it to the right arm. That's right. And now directing it as it gets easier, maybe to a point in the forehead, just above the eyebrows. Just directing that energy there and see how that feels now. When you can feel that energy, however that feels to you, whatever that sensation is now that starts to grow, just I wonder what that is as it starts to do its thing there. And when you can feel that energy there, just gently nod the head for me. That's wonderful. Fabulous. And now I want you to allow that energy with every breath to continue to flow within you, to be drawn in through every pore of your body, feeling alive as that energy flows within you. And I want you to start to think of a joyous, wonderful moment in life. A joyous, wonderful moment in life where you felt so welcome, so like you belonged, that this is where you belonged. It was joyous. The energy was light. It was relaxed. It felt good to be there. And once you've got that memory, that time, just gently nod your head for me. That's wonderful. And see the things you saw, hear the things you heard, feel the way you felt whilst you were in that time, that space, as you experience that now, and pay attention to where you feel that within your body. And as you pay attention to where you feel it in your body and allow it to start spinning within you, doubling the strength of that feeling, that lightness, that brightness, that joy, that feeling at home and welcome, that mingling those feelings and those memories with that energy in your body, doubling that sense of light and brightness, still bringing in all that energy within you. And now I want you to, as that continues to build, picture yourself at the heart of the building, the room, the house that we spoke about earlier. But keep breathing that energy in, spinning that wonderful feeling. And I want you now to start, see yourself now in that place that we're going to change. And allow that energy that you've been flowing and moving around you, now start to send it out, radiating it out, carrying that feeling of joy, of homeliness and brightness and lightness and relaxation out. See it starting to fill every corner, under every piece of furniture, into every crack and nook and inch of that room, that space. If it's more than one room, see all the rooms radiating. See that energy flowing through you. There's no end to that energy coming through, and that feeling of joyousness and that welcoming feeling reaching out, bathing the entire space. Flowing and clearing and cleansing away all the negative memories and feelings that you used to feel in that place, being washed away by that energy, washed away by that feeling permeating and seeping into the very fabric of that space now. And when you feel that energy, that feeling is literally touching every centimeter of that space, just gently nod your head for me. That's right, filling that space, wonderful. And I want you now just go around that place, the different rooms in your mind, and try to find those old feelings. Really try to find those old feelings. Look, lift the rugs, lift the carpets, check under the kettle. Look everywhere to try to find those old negative feelings. Find you cannot. Find that energy and that light just coating everything. That's wonderful. I want you to see that energy, feel that energy waiting to greet you every time you step into that apartment. It's waiting at the door, it's waiting by the windows, it's sat on the sofa ready to give you a hug. It's there waiting for you. That energy, that wonderful, positive, joyous, welcoming, bright feeling is waiting there now, and every time that you go there to experience that feeling. And I want you to imagine now the last time you went there. See yourself approaching the front door and putting the key in the door. But now that energy, that feeling, that wonderful, wonderful, joyous light feeling is waiting for you. You put the key in the door and it's waiting as you open that door. And again, walk around, look around, try to find those old feelings and just find that welcoming, loving feeling just there for you. Brighter, lighter, more relaxed. And as you're feeling that and knowing that, I want you to imagine now the next time you have to go there. And that energy is waiting for you. Put that key in that door and it's there now. And every time that you ever go back to that place, putting that key in the door, you can experience these wonderful feelings, relaxed, joyous, welcoming, brighter and lighter, able to be there without that negativity, without that past influence. Every time you put that key in the door, that energy and that feeling is waiting there for you, like an old friend greeting you, welcoming you, feeling light, relaxed every time that you put that key in the door. You can feel good, joyous, lighter, relaxed, able to do what you need to do and then leave, still feeling that wonderful, calm, relaxation, joyous, bright. Take a slow, deep breath in, breathe that energy in, feel it still flowing through you and connecting with you. Feel that feeling, knowing now that anytime you go there, that is waiting there for you to experience those feelings. And there's a part of you that knows that you can do that now every time. And when that part knows that you can do that, it can just allow you to know by gently rocking your head. That's wonderful. That's fabulous. And every time that key goes in the door, it can feel safe. It can feel good. You go in peaceful, relaxed, joyous, brighter, lighter, feeling really good. And in a moment, I'm going to just count you back up. Bring in that new feeling, that sense of waiting now, anticipating that energy and that feeling is waiting there for you. That's one, every cell, fiber, and muscle of your body. Coming back now, bringing that sense of, you might as well bring it with you as well and have that peace and that joy with you as well. Number 2, feel a whoosh of energy from the tips of the toes, just shifting that energy, bringing you back more now to this time, this space. Number 3, take a lovely deep breath in. That is life. That is consciousness. That's awareness. That's beautiful. Number 4, just imagine it's a hot summer's day and you're dancing in the rain. It's amazing, so freeing, so joyous. And 5, eyes open, stretch, feeling good. Feeling good, yeah?
Wow.
Yeah?
I do feel good.
Good. And if you think about the next time you've got to go there, how's that feel now?
It's incredible. I can see the doorknob glistening and I can feel the tingling in my hand. It's
Excellent.
Rob, do you mind walking us through the procedure and explain us what happened here?
Of course. There's always a certain amount whenever I do this that's kind of free-formed, but I'll stick to the steps that I usually go by that work with this. And then anything, I always think when you do anything like this, if you're doing it for other people, to let a bit of inspiration flow is always a good thing. So your initial step 1, get it down to about 10 steps. Step 1, establish what the change is. If you're doing it for yourself, then that's easy. Maybe if you're doing it for yourself, you want to, I'll use the example of get a good night's sleep. So you decide you want to get a good night's sleep, and so you want to fill the bedroom with the most wonderful, relaxing, soothing, peaceful, beautiful, dream-evoking feelings. Or if you're working with somebody else, you find out, like we did, whether there's a room, a house where, or the home where it feels difficult, awkward, if it's not a nice feeling. And then you find out what the outcome is. You find out what it is you'd rather be feeling. So that's step 1. Step 2 is a form of here we did a little bit of hypnotic work to go in. This will work as a guided meditation. So if you're taking people through it, you can talk them down through a guided meditation, just talking them into relaxation. If you're doing it for yourself, you can do it with self-hypnosis, or you can do it, again, you could record the sequence and take yourself through it. So some form of relaxation and focusing within. That's all we need for step 2. So establish what it is. Choose how you'd rather it all felt. Relax. I think Mike Mandel has a really nice technique which he uses where you just take 3 deep breaths like that, and then on the 3rd one you close your eyes and relax. And that's a really lovely way to just get into the right headspace for this if you're working on it on your own. So the next step is to focus on the breathing and introduce the idea that each breath is drawing in energy. Now, you don't have to believe that it's drawing in energy. You've just got to imagine what it would be like if it was. So you draw in that energy, and that moves then into the next step, which is directing it. And there's a good reason we do this. We sent it to, you can send it wherever. There's no set sequence, but we went left foot, left arm, right arm, and up to here. That's to teach whoever you're taking through this that they can direct that energy, or whether you just want to call it attention, whatever it is, but you're showing them how to direct something internally to different locations. If you're doing it for yourself, it's just a good practice if you're taking yourself through it, to one, get you more into what you're doing, and to get you used to the idea of directing that energy as well. From there, we expand it. So it's not just breathing it in, we're now breathing it in from everywhere, and it's coming through every pore in the body. And I don't know about you, but when I've done this, there's something shifts at that point. I think I feel more alive at that point. There's something that awakens when I do that. And like, it's different for everyone when you do this stuff. But for me, that's what it is. You're drawing it in through the body. And that's, again, just the idea of moving something about. It's focusing attention, it's drawing it into the body. But you already know you can move it around. So if you know you can draw it in, then the next obvious step is going to be drawing it out. But before that, we need to charge it. So you do just a quick recap. You've established what you're going to be doing. You get in for the relaxation, hypnosis, meditation, however you want to do it. Start focusing on the breath, energy, drawing in, then bringing the energy in for every pore, directing the energy around the body. Then we connect with whatever the positive feelings that we want are. Now, usually you can ask somebody in that moment, have you got a memory? Is there a time, or if they're in hypnosis, instruct the unconscious mind to find a memory that has that feeling. And if they haven't, you can ask them to imagine what it would be like if that feeling was there. And when they've imagined it enough, get them to imagine that they're not imagining it, and then they'll have that experience. So you get that energy and you get those feelings, you build those feelings, really focus on building those feelings. And it's from Bandler, that whole idea of taking a feeling and spinning it within you. It really doesn't mean anything when you think about it. It doesn't really, what is spinning a feeling? But yet when you ask somebody to spin a feeling inside them, they seem to know what to do. So get that energy and those positive feelings all spinning around inside, and then place them in the room, the house, wherever they want to change the atmosphere. I first did this online with a group, it works with groups as well. And most of the people were in the rooms that they wanted to create a good feeling in. So if you can have the person in the room that they want to change, even better. If not, just get them to picture being in that place like we did. So you imagine yourself being in that place, or they imagine them, you get them to imagine themselves, picture themselves in that place, seeing the things they'd see, hearing the things they'd hear. And then comes the magical bit, so to speak. That energy, that feeling that you've kept going, you start to, however they want to do it, see it seeping out, flowing out into the room. I mean, if you know the person and they're into superheroes, you can get them beaming it out from their eyes. Whatever's going to really capture the imagination and get that sense of putting that energy that they know they can now move around. They know they can direct it. They know they can draw it in. So now it's just that next easy step to directing it out and literally filling every recess, every inch of the room or the building that they want to infuse with this feeling. Under the carpet, really emphasize that it is going everywhere. It's like if you had a candle and you were lighting a room, you take it into every corner to cast out all the shadows. And that's exactly what you're doing. So you're casting out all those shadows. And when they get to check in with them, when you feel that energy, that feeling is filling that room, filling that space, or filling that house, or your office, wherever it is, test it. Test it, walk around it, try to find, and obviously we're using the word try there, implying that they're going to fail, but try and find it. If you're doing this on your own, try and find it. But be honest with yourself, if you're still feeling a twinge of it, direct some more of that energy into that space until you cannot find anything other than that wonderful feeling, and spread that out until that whole space, until there is no trace. And if you have to go back and re-emphasize that a few times, then do it. You want this person to make this change. Then comes, once you've done that, you test, you get them to walk around, check out the place. And then you introduce the idea that this feeling now, this energy, and you start to anchor the feeling to the space. Every time that you go there, every time that you step into this space, this feeling is waiting for you now. So emphasizing, using whatever hypnotic language you want to, or if you're using it as a meditation for yourself, just knowing that that feeling, that energy will be there for you every time that you go there. And then especially because usually we have to go through doors unless we're burglars, in which case we might be going through a window. Anchoring, connecting that feeling to that action of putting the key in the door every time, and knowing that that's there. And you can future pace to instill the idea as well that every time you put that key in that door, it connects you to that feeling, and that feeling is waiting just the other side of the door for you. And how good can that feel? And once you've done that, reaffirm the suggestion of it, really take them maybe again back through, just try again, just go, try and find that old feeling. Once you're happy, if you're doing it for yourself, once you feel happy that you know that you can no longer feel those bad feelings, or if you're taking someone else, you feel that you've tested enough that they're not finding those feelings, then it's time to just come back out, bring them back out. If you've used hypnosis, use your favorite method. If it's just a relaxation or a meditation, bring them back out, make sure everyone's feeling good, clear-headed. And if you're taking it on your own guided meditation, taking it on your own, working on it, self-hypnosis, then you'll have set yourself up. You'll know, if you're doing that, you'll know what you're doing to bring it back out. And that is what I've called the Bardon Protocol, because it's actually based on a technique that comes from Hermetic magic. So I found it in a book I was reading, and it just suddenly went bang, this would really work here. So there you go. That is the Bardon Protocol, or you could dress it up as a house cleansing, or however you want to look at it. But I think you'll agree that it definitely feels different once you've gone through it, does it not?
Thank you so much, Rob, for the great and detailed explanation. I want to tell you that a while ago, I was sitting in meditation with my notebook and a pen, and I was just writing down everything that popped into my mind. And I don't know if you want to call them messages or enlightening thoughts, I don't know. But at one point, I got this word, radiate, and I had no idea what it meant. And now, when you took me through this, oh, that's what it means. Okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
Well, that was absolutely enchanting, Rob. And I learned a lot, and that's mostly useful. I'm sure everybody can learn it and use it. So on behalf of everyone watching, I want to thank you so much for spending some time with us today. If anyone wants to get in touch with Rob Chapman, you will find his contact information in the link below for sure. I am looking forward to meeting our next teacher. I wonder what else we'll learn next time. So that's it for today. Thank you, Rob.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for watching and learning with me, everybody. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.